For the past few months, we have reviewed a number of Motorola smartphones and all of them have performed decent in our tests. This time, I'm tasked to review another mid-range phone from the company. The Moto X4 is a beautiful and compact smartphone that sports a dual camera system and an IP68 water and dust resistant body. But, is the phone worth its price tag of 1899 ringgit? I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV and this is the Moto X4 review. It's been a while since I've come across a decent looking smartphone from Motorola. I mean, I'm not suggesting that they don't look good visually, but the Moto X4 seriously brings some excitement to the company's smartphone design. Sure enough, having a gloss back isn't new on smartphones, but the Moto X4's glass material produces really beautiful reflections when in contact with light. The camera bump is also now much reduced than other Moto smartphones, and the camera ring also has a nice reflective texture that looks really beautiful as you turn the phone around. The back corners are also tapered to give the user a more comfortable grip, and the metal frame feels very polished. Even though the Moto X4 is resistant to water and dust, I'm glad that the headphone jack isn't removed unlike some other devices. Like the Moto G5 Plus, a single front-firing loudspeaker is used and they can get really loud. Though I do notice a little distortion on some songs when playing at max volume, it is sufficient for casual listening. The 5.2-inch IPS display is beautiful with deep contrast and great color saturation. It's pretty close to an OLED display despite not being one, and it has sufficient brightness to maintain visibility while using outdoors. The Moto X4's mid-range hardware specs is pretty standard when compared to other Moto smartphones of the same range. Though you get a faster Snapdragon 630 SoC this time, along with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of internal storage, I was disappointed that Motorola didn't include a larger battery. Wireless charging isn't available as well despite having a glass back, but thankfully Motorola's turbo power fast charging is still available. The Moto X4 sold in Malaysia ships with Android Nougat and isn't an Android One device like the one sold in India. Motorola hasn't issued an Android Oreo update at this time of review, and it is disappointing because even the security patch isn't updated to the most recent one. Otherwise, the Moto X4 feels slightly faster than the G5S Plus and Moto Z2 Play, all thanks to the faster processor. You also get smoother animations across the user experience and gaming performance is slightly improved. Like other Moto smartphones, you still get the convenience of Moto Actions and the Moto Display, which both of these features make using the phone a lot more interesting than a typical Android One device. If you are a person into wireless audio, you'll be glad to know that the Moto X4 is able to connect up to 4 Bluetooth audio devices at once. It is actually a very powerful feature when you want to do a multiple speaker setup around your home, which is all thanks to the power of Bluetooth 5. The dual camera system of the Moto X4 comprises of a 12MP standard angle lens at f2.0 and an 8MP wide angle lens at f2.2. Both lenses are neither optical nor electronically stabilized, which means you are not going to get great video shooting performance and expect blurry images when you have shaky hands. Both camera lenses offer decent image quality with accurate colors and detail in good lighting conditions. Shutter speed is however a little slow at times, while the camera suffers in low light and indoor shots, where it tends to produce washed out colors and soft focus spots. As for the front camera, the 16MP lens takes extremely detailed selfies, and there's even a professional mode if you want to get serious, though it is unnecessary to have that. When I mentioned that I was disappointed with the Moto X4's battery size, I'm not suggesting that it has bad battery life, as I was still able to get a full working day of juice in a single charge with moderate use. But I just wish Motorola could at least bump the battery size to 4000 mAh, which I wouldn't mind handling that extra weight if possible. The Moto X4 cell reception is great and is able to deliver consistent 4G connections throughout my usage. Motorola considers the Moto X4 as a premium mid-range device, and I agree partially to that. The phone has a great build quality and a beautiful design that appeals to those looking for a smartphone well below 2000 ringgit. But for what it offers on the hardware level, the price tag of 1899 ringgit seems a little overpriced for what Motorola is offering on the Moto X4. The differences in performance isn't significant from the Moto G5S Plus and the more versatile Moto Z2 Play, which makes it a difficult recommendation to anyone if design is the only thing the phone has to boast about. apart from having the fact that it has IP68 water and dust resistance. Therefore, the Moto X4 really needs a price cut to be a more attractive buy, and I would recommend that you hold your purchase for now if you're interested in getting one. Guys, if you have any questions or suggestions on the Moto X4, be sure to comment down below and throw us a thumbs up if you like this review. Do subscribe to our channel for more weekly tech videos and click on the bell icon next to it so you wouldn't miss an upload. And I will see you soon in the very next one.